Imagine executing a flawless personal strategy to navigate a standard bureaucratic career, finding absolute sanctuary inside your heavily structured daily routine, only to watch your beautifully structured universe violently fracture when a classified, top-secret field assignment forces you into a high-security foster home arrangement with a group of dangerously magical orphans and their fiercely independent caretaker. This is the profoundly moving, comforting, and utterly addictive reality that sweeps over Linus Baker in TJ Klune's spectacular contemporary fantasy masterpiece, The House in the Cerulean Sea. Serving as a celebrated chart-topping first installment of the globally adored Cerulean Chronicles series, this exceptional novel delivers an absolute triumph of the cozy fantasy, found family, and modern trauma recovery genres, making it a mandatory addition to your audiobook playlist, where every sharp-tongued bicker, magical mishap, and raw midnight confession rings out with flawless clarity. The narrative masterfully traces an intricate, multi-perspective timeline of a lonely caseworker buckling under the weight of crushing monotony and rigid corporate oversight. Linus hides behind a heavily armored psychological shield of strict bureaucratic compliance to manage the deep-seated structural trauma of a lonely, isolated life. His defensive walls completely shatter when extremely upper management sends him to investigate Marsyas Island Orphanage, a secluded seaside sanctuary housing 6 high-risk magical youths, including an irrepressible sprite, a shy wyvern, and a charming 6-year-old boy named Lucy, who happens to be the Antichrist. Forced into close quarters with the children and their devastatingly charming, fiercely protective caretaker Arthur Parnassus, Linus enters a high-intensity psychological and tactical game of chess against his own prejudices and the discriminatory laws of the department in charge of magical youth. Klune masterfully structures an exceptionally nuanced rapid-fire rhythm, effortlessly layering wry, eccentric humor and breathtaking whimsy over a poignant, unblinking exploration of personal growth, identity crises, and structural institutional corruption. As Linus navigates an escalating war zone of small-town prejudice, hidden tracking data, and shifting alliances on the island, his public facade as a cold-hearted inspector gets systematically dismantled to expose an agonizingly deep mutual pining between him and Arthur. The audiobook format breathes a thrumming, deeply intimate life into this addictive tale, utilizing a god-tier conversational narration performance by Daniel Henning that perfectly renders every low rumble of dread, snappy partner bicker, and breathless whisper of panic flawlessly. It is a triumphant, pulse-pounding masterwork that leaves the heart completely mended, proving that when the pristine foundations of your old life are completely smashed to ash, absolute domestic surrender to love and acceptance isn't a defeat. It's the only way to build a real home.